Okay, in today's video we're going to be talking about distance and covering your distance with your hand techniques in your sparring, your sport karate. So it's really important. Distancing and timing, the two key areas. Once you know the techniques, once you've got element of ring craft, you can use your area well. The really important two things you need to know is about distance and timing. The distance is how close you need to be to somebody before you attack, before you counter strike. That needs to change as a fight goes on. Timing is when you do it. So when are you going to make that decision to actually attack the person? That could be on a counter, that could be on an offensive move, it could be a break off to the side and then do a counter strike. And that doesn't matter if it's kicking, punching, sweeping or throwing. All of those things are really important. So we're just going to talk about, covering the short video, just talking about distance. Now, when we're striking, whether it's a single strike, a double strike or triple strike in karate, which is really the kind of maximum we'll use, a triple, you could do more, but because of how karate and the point scoring system works, 3 really it is a kind of maximum. It's not that you can't do more, but you've got a much higher chance of someone countering on you on that. Only time that changes is where maybe you use a couple of techniques to attack, then you sweep or throw, and then you follow up, which would give you sort of 4 strikes, if you include the sweep or the throw. So we're going to talk about distance now. So this is not a long video, but just some of the things you need to consider and you can work on. So when we're covering distance from us to the other person, obviously the first point is where you're striking on the spot. So you're literally striking and you're not moving. Most of the time within karate you're going to move, because what we want to do is generate speed, and with speed and body weight you're going to get power. Okay, much more important in previous decades, where there would definitely be the fight was slightly different and there'd be more contact involved. So on the spot is the first thing. The next section is about driving and pushing forward. So we're pushing off the floor. We're getting our reaction force from the floor, so that'll be tatami, and we're going to drive in. Okay, so there's some plyometrical movement here where we stretch and then there's a short contraction, and that gives us our drive. Okay, so that's where from there we're pushing in. And depending on how much strength you've got in your legs, and with that, if you can build speed, then you'll be able to drive further, which is what you want. The next one is where we step over. So this is where we step into the strike. And it can be done with either hand. But this is where we're stepping, a bit like a junzuki, a lunge punch position. But with karate, we tend to throw the punch first. With this, because we can't do full contact to the face, we're not looking for the power to knock the person out, but the punch should still come across like that, but we pull the punch. So the really important is to push off this front foot and throw the punch so we get the speed. So we need to push into the floor, into the tatami, the mats, and get that drive forwards. Another way of covering distance, or covering area to get your distance to hit your strike, and we need speed with that, is a double push. So from this position, we don't want to be in the air too long. What we want from this is small pushes. Small pushes. If there's too much time here, that's where we get counter, because within karate, because we're looking for that point, obviously if there's too much time, same as the step over, you'll get caught. So we've got, so far on this, we've got the push, so we drive. Now that can be used the front hand as well, okay? We can push for the reverse punch. You can push to a back fist, so they're singles. We've got a step over, so we're pushing off the front hand. It can be done lots of different ways. We're not really talking about that today. We're just thinking about that is a way to cover distance, okay? Because we're stepping, okay? And with that, you can obviously push as well. So you could push in with it, okay? And that can be done on either hand, okay, when we do that. So we've got the step over, and then we've got the double push. So we've got push, push. So from this position, push, push. Okay? So that's video 1. Replay it, you need to replay it a few times. just to listen to what I've said. There's quite a lot of information in there, even though it's only a short video.